We're now going to examine the exterior walls. What we're looking for is cracks in the walls. It's a further indication if there's movement of the foundation. Cracks will appear in the walls. They normally emanate from the corners of windows, and they run at 45 degrees approximately down to the foundation. And we're just going to see if we have any cracks. So far, none. A slight bit of cracking over the top of that window there, but that's mainly to do with the mortar. It's a very big mortar joint. They are prone to cracking. Now, this is the expansion joint. It runs up the entire height of the wall. And that there is the extractor fan. You can see the extractor fan has been modified. Those extractor fans flap, make a noise. Somebody's flattened the cover and then put a screw through to hold the flap open. While that stopped the flapping noise, it's not a good idea. I'd replace that if I were you. You want to have a good gap there to extract from. Top of these windows have got steel lintels and there's missing weep holes. There'll be something about that in the report. We're looking at the front elevation of the house. Again, we're going to be looking for cracks that are indicative of foundation movement. So far, so good. There is a settlement crack in the walls at this gable. That's fine. I mean, you're going to get cracks, especially in Texas. We have these expansive soils. The buildings move up and down on them, and that's a prime example of just straight common settlement. We have a settlement crack here. It looks like it was from the original construction. You can see the foundation has a brick fascia. There's the brick fascia here, and the foundation actually comes way above it here, and that's fine. That's normal construction. Just a little bit of cracking there. It's not a problem. And the cracking extends around the side of the building. Again, very common, especially when you have these types of ornamental brickwork. The mortar joints, this mortar joint here is very big. Compare that size of that mortar joint there with here, and you can see how, my finger covers it here. My finger is in the middle of it, so it's more prone to cracking. However, we do have a foundation crack here. We've got a crack. It's starting. We're on the left hand elevation. We're looking at the foundation about 3 feet in from the front edge. We have a crack and it's running up the wall. It runs up the wall. There we go. We're running up the wall. And it's extending at the moment some 6 feet, perhaps a little less, 5 feet up the wall. Now, you could have a professional engineer look at this for you. You could have a foundation guy. This is quite common, this type of cracking. It's probably due to the ground drying out. So we have a brick fascia crack on the left side elevation. We have another crack. We're actually at the master bedroom, and there's a crack in the wall. It's about 2 feet in. In fact, we have ants been going in and out of it, but the crack is extending for about a foot up the wall. This is probably again early stages, and one of the most important things in this part of the world is watering the foundation. Keeping it well watered will ensure that it's supported, because the soil expands and clamps the foundation in the future. And those type of cracks are very common in houses where the watering program's been perhaps intermittent at best. So I would recommend a watch and wait on that. But as I say, I always say, if you want a second opinion, you should get a professional engineer have a look at the foundation for you. Okay, all's fine around here. We have a settlement crack at the corner window. We are at the rear of the building. Here's the yard door, and this window down here. You see just a little bit of a crack there. Again, that's just common settlement. We have a bit more than common settlement here. You can see that that crack there is getting on for 1/4 inch. It's over the top of the lintel. The lintel itself looks like it's sagging. Now, that may be the cause of the lintel, not the building moving. And you can see this side where we've got quite a wide gap. Looking down, yeah, there's been some movement, and the movement is continuing. You can see here where my finger is, that crack is starting to extend down this side. So there is some movement at the present time on this side of the building. So we've got the 2 diagonal corners of the building are showing movement. We're now going to examine the internal walls. We're looking to see if there are cracks in the internal walls where there are cracks on the outside of the wall. You can see up in that corner there's a bit of movement. So again, that starts to confirm that we have some settlement going on in this property. We're going to go round all of the walls where they've got an exterior, and this has not got an exterior. So we're now going to go into we're in the master bedroom, and we're looking at the main picture window. In the right top hand corner we have a crack in the sheetrock. There's a crack in the sheetrock in the actual corner of the wall, and another crack in the sheetrock at the corner of the wall here. And you can see here that line going up there is indicative of movement. So I would say the foundation has moved, it has settled. It's not reflected this stages, but there's been settlement. And here we've got movement again. You can see that line. That's a crack in the sheetrock. And we'll look at the bottom ones. We'll now go and look at the other side where we first found. And we're on the landing, halfway up the stairs, and there's a small settlement crack in the ceiling. We'll see what goes around the other side. Wouldn't be one necessarily here, but there could be cracks in the ceilings here. Let's have a look. Look at the corners. No crack there.